Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership Studio segment. The third game for today is on the way. It's going to be DOTA 2. We have Alpha Esports going up against Buriza Youth. So let's first see what Alpha is all about. Alright, so that is Alpha Esports for you all, and going up against them is a young blood from Delhi. It's going to be Buriza Youth. Let's put faces to those names. Alright, so with this, let's quickly head into the game. We have our casters waiting from AFK Gaming, so you guys can take it and go.
Alright folks, welcome back to ESL India Premiership. This is summer season phase 1 of the Masters League. We have team Alpha Esports versus Buriza Youth. My name is Floki. Joining me soon in some time is going to be Vivek. And both of these teams, Alpha Esports and Buriza Youth, sort of new into the ESL Masters League. We've seen them time and again. You've seen Buriza Youth play against Signify and get absolutely destroyed. Wouldn't say that's too unexpected. I mean, it is Signify after all. It's one of the best teams in India, if not the best team. And they have a knack for putting down other Indian teams quite easily. Alpha Esports, we saw them play yesterday. They played up against Team Akatsuki and they ended up losing. Akatsuki running their classic, very aggressive 5-man sort of draft, moving together as a team early on. Picked up heroes like the Razor and a rather unconventional off-lane Phoenix, which worked out pretty well for them. We'll see if Buriza Youth were taking notes yesterday and seeing how Akatsuki dealt with Alpha Esports, how they would like to approach this game. And with that said, bans are pretty standard, nothing too surprising here. You have the Dark Willow, Naga and Chen ban on the side of Alpha Esports, and on Buriza, it's pretty standard off-lane and position 4 bans. And Alpha Esports, once again, they open up with this Juggernaut pick like they did on Akatsuki versus Alpha Esports. So they picked out the Juggernaut in the first phase with another hero. I think it was the Shadow Shaman.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, they were holding for sure. That's there, but they
5 seconds
didn't
remaining.
really feel like they had the game in the bag suddenly at any point in the game. Sure, they won a few team fights, but it was always Akatsuki getting the Aegis, getting the Roshan, pushing the towers, pushing objectives, and sort of forcing Alpha Esports to play that reactionary kind of Dota that you tend to play when you're on the back foot. So
Dire team's turn to pick.
Buriza Youth gonna go with the Gyrocopter, and they're gonna pick up the Witch Doctor as well. So pretty standard stuff, nothing too surprising here. They have been known to run the Gyrocopter. I mean, unless it's not banned, why not pick it up in the first phase? Really good hero, can sort of go safe lane or mid lane depending on what you require. Has potential for aggressively tri-laning. Can farm, can fight,
5 seconds
can
remaining.
also siege if need be, and just a really good hero overall. And following it up, standard position 5 Witch Doctor. That Maledict early game is always going to be some trouble. Death Ward and Paralyzing casts are good threats, and you also have the Voodoo Restoration to make sure that he has sort of that versatility going. He can even work in a push draft, he can work in a team fight heavy draft. The only thing he's not good at is pickoffs, and we'll see if Buriza Youth want to stray into that direction. Alpha Esports, they're going to pick up the Shadow Shaman, nothing too unexpected here.
Team's turn to ban.
They have a pretty good lane combination going in themselves with the Shadow Shaman and the Juggernaut. Shackle one place, shackle somebody in one place and keep them there while Juggernaut does his thing with the Blade Fury. Buriza Youth, curiously though, they ban out the Magnus.
10 seconds remaining.
Looks like they don't want to give any sort of synergy to the lineup of Alpha Esports. I mean, when you ban out a Magnus, you're really saying, you know what, we don't want Chuck to have empower, we don't want you to RP a
Dire
gyrocopter,
team's
bring
turn
him
to
back
ban.
out of position and sort of take him out before the fight starts, because I mean, typically when teams pick up the gyrocopter, especially Buriza Youth, they tend to center and play around that hero a lot, because that's going to be a primary source of damage. That's going to be a primary way of fighting in the game. And if you just take that hero out, suddenly
10
you have
seconds remaining.
no real way of fighting. So Magus Band
5
seems
seconds remaining.
okay over here. Alpha Esports, they ban out the silencer, and we've seen them do this time and again, where they ban the silencer and just don't like the team fight to be disrupted by any means. And yeah, I guess that's all there's to say about the silencer. Buriza Youth taking a lot of time with this 5th ban of theirs. One minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock for them.
Radiant team's turn to
Gonna
ban.
ban out the Tinker, so Tinker against Gyrocopter is probably the mid matchup that they don't want to have. I do think this is a mid Gyrocopter, although I could be wrong. Gyro, he does okay in lane against Tinker, but once Tinker has those levels
10
going,
seconds remaining.
can't really stop him from farming, and he's just
Dire
gonna push
team's
out all
turn
the
to pick.
waves. And it's gonna put Buriza Youth in a spot where they can't really fight together as they would like to with the Gyro. Alpha Esports, they recognize that Buriza Youth won a 5-man and they ban out the Death Prophet, so that's gonna mean that they can't really convert a few hero kills into objectives as quickly as they'd
10
like,
seconds
unless
remaining.
Buriza Youth invest in something like an offlane Nature's Prophet
Radiant team's turn
in order
to
to
pick.
get the push going. But it looks like they're gonna pick up the Rubik now, and yeah, it's a pretty good pick. You're against the Shadow Shaman, you're against the Juggernaut, any spells you get from them are always going to be useful. You can use Ether Shock for farming, Blade Fury is good for split pushing and deeping out. Serpent Wards, I mean, if you steal Serpent Wards,
10
you
seconds
can
remaining.
almost turn the
Turn to pick.
game around, because suddenly you're the one taking objectives and threatening high ground. And Alpha Esports, they're gonna go with the Kunkka. So the Kunkka has been known to be really good against the Gyrocopter in the mid lane. I don't know why exactly. I guess teams just realized that Kunkka is sort of an early fighting
10
hero
seconds
that
remaining.
can counter Gyro pretty well, because he has 2 disables,
Radiant
he has
team's
X,
turn to pick.
and Tidebringer, if you cleave it off of creeps, it deals a bunch of damage. But Buriza Youth, they're gonna be sticking to the low and pick the arch nemesis of the Kunkka. That's the Tidehunter. For those of you wondering why Tidehunter is the arch nemesis of Kunkka, read up the
10
low,
seconds remaining.
do some research, and you'll find some pretty interesting stuff there. I assure you
5
that.
seconds remaining.
Fourth pick for Alpha Esports, yeah. I don't think Enchantress is too bad over here. Enchantress, I mean, it gives them some potential to deal with the Gyrocopter, because you can just plummet spears from afar, nothing's really stopping you. And you have a very reliable damage source for the Gyrocopter for these mid-game team fights. If Kunkka, say, can't really get the damage off because there's no creeps to cleave off of, and there's no board or there's no X mark, you still have your Enchantress who's gonna be firing away at the Gyrocopter from a distance, bringing him down low, making him question his decisions. Although Alpha Esports, what else could they look for here? Looking for an offlaner, that's for sure. Not a lot of good offlaners left in the pool. Underlord is there, but don't think it fits with the lineup of Alpha Esports or what they're trying to do. Legion Commander is also in the pool, but yeah, they're gonna go with the Enchantress. Buriza Youth. Let's see how they like to respond to this one. Vivek, he's joined me again, and Vivek, what do you think of the draft so far?
I like Alpha Esports
10 seconds remaining.
draft. It's got everything.
5 seconds remaining.
What's working in their favor and what's working against Buriza Youth is that Alpha Esports win a fight or win a lane heavily. They can start pushing for objectives quickly with the Shaman, with the Enchantress, with the Juggernaut healing ward. They've got a little bit of everything, while if you look at Buriza Youth, their supports are kind of, I don't know, with Dr. Rubik, not sold on that support duo.
Okay.
They can get run at.
mean-
So if you look at them in the lanes, they don't do much. Maybe once the Witch Doctor gets that death ward,
Well-
maybe if Rubik steals a spell and gets to use it in an impactful manner, sure, they can do something. But until then, I don't see them doing too much. And I wonder if this Rubik pick was just to protect that tide. I'm not really sure. You don't see it too often. Ravage does have a bigger AoE, but it also, I mean, you can still steal Ravage and get caught in it. Simply because
it's quite hard to steal with Rubik because
it has that travel time, so you can still steal it. So if you're even in the AoE of the Ravage, so and you get clipped by the Ravage,
5 seconds
no,
remaining.
you can steal it and get caught in the Ravage.
Oh, okay.
You can, because it takes time. It takes time. You can. I've seen a lot of Rubiks do it. Kuroki. But yeah, they're going to struggle to take objectives. I wonder what they can pick last. It's going to help them hit buildings, or heck, even hit Roshan.
Dire team's turn.
Yeah, they gotta go for the Undying though. Time and again, we have seen that Southeast Asian teams are not interested in Roshan. Really, they believe that if they win a team fight and then strike.
No, I mean, Alpha Esports can take Roshan. I don't see Buriza you taking Roshan.
Well, it all comes down to this last pick, what they decide to run. If
10
they
seconds remaining.
get, I mean, what could they really get that hits
5
Roshan at
seconds
this
remaining.
point? Not too sure. Maybe the Ursa, and they sent him bottom. And Ursa wouldn't be too bad here. Good against the Undying, good against the Chug. Good against the Kunkka as well, because you have Enrage to lower the damage from the Coast Ship and the Cleave and everything. And once that Coast Ship buff is gone, that Kunkka is gonna be in some trouble.
Yeah, I mean, but you got heals, right? You got the Enchantress, you got the Juggernaut, you got the Undying with the Soul Rip.
Yes.
So there are things to. I like the Alpha Esports draft. They're going to pick up a Dragon Knight that's going to at least ensure that they take objectives after winning a fight. But Buriza's late game is Gyrocopter buying a Divine Rapier, which. I mean, that's the thing about the Gyrocopter. He does a fair amount of magic damage early on, but if you want to scale, it's the good old Rapier.
Yeah. This Gyrocopter is going to have to do some heavy lifting in this mid-game for Buriza Youth if they want to have a shot of being successful, because he's against quite a lot of problems. You're against the Kunkka.
Yeah.
He's always going to have that firepower to sort of counter-initiate and sort of return the favor to you.
Mm-hmm.
You also have Enchantress, who's just going to be plummeting at you from a distance, and if you don't manage to close the gap on her, which might be a problem for Buriza Youth, she's just going to bring you down and you're going to lose your impact early on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, going into this game, whose lineup do you prefer? Alpha Esports or Buriza Youth?
Alpha Esports.
Okay.
Whose lineup do you prefer?
I don't mind Buriza Youth's lineup, but I'm sort of leaning towards Alpha Esports' lineup as well. But with that said, I'm going to go with Buriza Youth.
Okay.
Because I don't believe that in this kind of Dota, you really rely that much on drafts. I think it's going to come more down to the skill of the players and how they like to play. Sure, draft of course matters, but you've seen time and again that Signifier just...
No, I mean, okay, you believe that Buriza Youth are the most skilled team?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I do think that I just want to go against the draft, man. Like, I just, for once...
Okay, so you're saying that Alpha Esports have won the draft, but you believe that some of the draft won't make a difference and Buriza Youth are going to win it. I think it's just because you're a millennial and you identify with the younglings, so you're siding with Buriza Youth.
Okay.
But, okay.
Prepare for battle.
Anyway, I'm going to stick with Alpha Esports, and I think they're going to be able to win this.
Yeah. So now it looks like they're just going to be heading out towards the mid lane. Till the it is going to be the main Kunkka and having some packet loss issues here.
Yeah. You also want to get the script going. You might have to hit F10 first or F11.
Okay, let's try that. Whoops, looks like the script is not working. Okay, let me try this real quick.
Okay, wait. I'll fix it.
Okay.
This should work. Sorry guys, we're just a bunch of casters trying to get our hacks going. I fixed it. It's your side mouse button. You haven't set the bind correctly.
Okay. Is it this button?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, folks. Anyway, the players was, we made the most of it. Our script is working. So hopefully you guys can experience some
Buriza
quality camera tools coming up from us. But Buriza Youth, they popped a smoke.
Yeah, it's rather early smoke here. They're trying to contest the bounty room level 1 and they just might end up fighting Doodle. But he's standing on the high ground, so he should be able to dispel it. But internet issues, they strike again. Wouldn't be a game of Indian Dota if you didn't see any packet loss or disconnections.
It wouldn't be a game of Indian CS either. The CS games have been having a lot of hiccups. I don't know. I mean, 3 years of the ESL India Premiership, a prize pool of 1 crore in Indian rupees, and the internet issues will not leave us alone.
Indeed.
Yeah. Have you played Dragon Knight a fair bit?
Yep, I like the hero. I like the hero, but the problem is in Southeast Asia when you're against first pick Invokers and first pick Shadow Fiends, it's sort of hard to lane. So I like the hero a lot, Dragon Knight. If you have a good team and you play around, I feel it's one of those few heroes that you can just second phase early on and sort of don't be worried about the mid lane. Like, he'll always do something for your team. He can be the big damage dealer, he can be the frontliner, he can be the guy who sieges high ground for you.
Yep.
The jack of all trades, master of none.
I mean, this would have also been a good game for
30 seconds
Alpha to pick up something like a Pangolier.
Yeah. Shaman might be in some trouble here.
Yeah.
Buriza, they are moving in. Nick, is he gonna be able to break the smoke? Shaman though is all the wiser, but they find the courier.
What did that courier ever do to anyone?
Witch Doctor and Gyro, they're gonna pick it up. Smoke has been dispelled and looks like Alpha Esports are aware of this gyrocopter in the front lines. Great if you right clicks, Itachi is there. Witch Doctor with the cask, it's not gonna bounce, they're going on to a very tanky target and they're not gonna find the kill on Itachi, but they might find the kill on Doodle. He's gonna get tossed back with the Tidehunter and the gyrocopter rocket barrage, they're gonna be able to bring him down and Itachi getting the 24 strength so early on with a single DK, man, that's insane. He's gonna right click Banshee and make his life hell.
Yeah.
He's gonna TP back to the mid lane with 230 HP on his Dragon Knight. But Tiltman is waiting for him with a Tidebringer. Bottom lane. Looks like it's gonna be free for a while. There's no one really here at the moment contesting Ask Bankai. Awakening though, he's made his way bottom. Looks like it is gonna be an aggressive tri lane. Meanwhile, top, they're gonna leave the Tidehunter and Witch Doctor in a dual lane to deal with Pinoy Hunter and Itachi on that Undying. Mid lane, Nick is moving towards bottom as well, so dual lanes, no tri lane.
Oh yeah, where's the Enchantress?
The Enchantress is top. She is fighting with the Undying against the Tidehunter.
Okay, so they are running some sort of a dual lane, and Buriza Youth have dodged it actually. They sent the gyrocopter bottom, if I'm not mistaken.
They send the gyrocopter bottom. They know that they don't want the Gyro to have a bad time with the Enchantress, so it's really good for them.
I think also in that early engagement, I don't know if the Shaman could have played that better, but yeah, he did end up falling either way. I'm just questioning his positioning in that early first blood. But yeah, so they've sacked the Tidehunter. The left gyrocopter all by himself. There's a Radiant Observer Ward scouting out the lane. Shaman should probably try and bring him down. I think once Juggernaut finds his level 2, they'll probably try and bring him down because Awakening's far out all by himself.
Yep.
This is when you could probably find a kill. This is when... Okay, the TPs have cooldown. What am I saying?
Yeah, but still, you're pretty damn tanky though on this gyrocopter. You have a circlet, you have a bond.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy to take him down. And I think they might want to wait up until level 3 to get that level 2 spin going. Shaman 2 will probably have another point in Aethershock, so it'll be easier to bring him down.
Yeah. So I think the best thing that Shaman can do now is actually leech from the lane and hit that level 2 quickly and
Yeah, you can
push
as well.
Gyrocopter out of the lane. I think it's still too early to pull.
Yeah, creeps are gonna spawn soon, but ideally you'd like to find the level 2 or level 3 before you try to kill the Gyrocopter. Ask
What's mid lane like?
Mid lane is Dragon Knight, Kunkka, CS department.
Yeah.
They're doing even, I guess.
I kind of feel that Kunkka had this small opportunity when Dragon Knight TP'd mid after what happened up top, and he was at 200 HP. If I was Tiltman, I'd run straight into the Dragon Knight, force out his regen, push him out of the lane, secure every single last hit and deny.
I mean, it's easy to say, but when you look at the tower and its ranges, it goes up.
Push him as much as possible.
Yeah. So
what's the Dragon Knight skill build?
So he went for the first point in Dragon Blood, and I'd argue that he needs it, right? Because he just took a bunch of damage. You don't want to be sitting low HP against a Kunkka with Breathe Fire. It's gonna do nothing for you.
Yeah. Tiltman also has the level advantage.
Yeah.
Small.
Tiny, but could make a difference.
Yeah. I think the mid lane is about taking everything you can out of every slight mistake. I mean, now that you're level 2, what's the best you can do with this level advantage to win your lane?
Now that you mention it, I mean, you can just spam Tidebringer on every single cooldown you have and try to force
he's got Torrent as well. He probably like to hit that Torrent. Has Banshee used his consumables?
Banshee has used his consumables, but I do believe there are more flying out on the courier. Yep, there's a salve waiting for him there and a magic stick as well.
Okay. Went for the stick early, interesting.
Yeah, a little surprised that
I don't know, maybe he's expecting a lot of rotations, 3 heroes moving mid. Yeah. Maybe then the stick pays off and there's another 2 supports trying to bring him down. The question is, what are the supports on the side of Buriza Youth doing?
Supports on the side of Buriza Youth, I mean, Nick is rotating towards bottom at the moment. You can see he has a TP, but he doesn't want to TP there right away because he feels that if he does so, they might just dodge his entire TP and TP themselves top and set Enchantress bottom.
Something for everybody.
Something for everybody indeed.
Long pause now. The admins do have rules about how long pauses can occur for. I think after a point, I forgot what the rules were, but I think you're forced to resume after a point. So yeah. Nothing much to talk about. A lot remains on Alpha Esports to apply pressure early on up top. I don't know if the pressure is even going to be worth it. But the key objective here for Pina, Hunter as well as Itachi is to probably get that siege creep and take down the star as soon as possible. Push Tide out of the lane, which is somewhat limited, but take objectives. That's what you want to do. He's also got the Blightstone early on. So it's going to hopefully chip away at the Tide Hunter. If Pina Hunter is getting farm here, I don't mind him picking up the Spirit Vessel for himself.
Okay.
I don't know. Whoever's getting farm, any 3 of them.
It's Kunkka. He's going to first buy a Spirit Vessel.
I think Kunkka would go for a Silver Edge, but I know. I don't mind. I wish Coles were that generous that they just think about what the team needs, but that's not going to happen. But if Enchantress is getting the farm,
that's one item that she could look.
Yeah.
Although I think you're probably going to need items like Pipe early on against the Gyrocopter, if anything. So you probably want to have that first if you're going to play defensively.
I mean, sure. I think the bigger problem for them is offense. They've got the Enchantress heal with the Nature's Attendants. They've got the Soul Rip. They've got the Juggernaut healing ward. That's more than enough sustain. If they have the Urn, it's going to help them keep pushing. If they build that into a Spirit Vessel, it's going to be great versus the Tide and the Dragon Knight. So yeah.
What talents do you think the Juggernaut goes for this game? I'm looking for his talents up.
Talents for the Juggernaut. I think you go for the stats at level 10.
Okay. I actually wouldn't mind the move speed because Gyrocopter is a speedy hero, right? So you get a Sanjan Yasha, you get phase boots, and suddenly you're going to be running that close to 500 move speed. That's really handy to get that Omni Slash off on the Gyrocopter if he's ever alone.
Yeah. Okay.
That's something you can consider if you ask Bankai. Apart from that though, think he's gonna be getting the standard talents, nothing too crazy.
What's standard on the Juggernaut? I think
So 25
pretty
attacks
much all the talents have their value in
Actually,
certain
this game,
games.
I wouldn't mind the plus 1 second Blade Fury. Standard talents is basically where you want to be the farming position one, right? You pick up a Battle Fury, you go jungle.
So what's standard at level 15?
At level
25
15,
attack
generally, if you have a Battle Fury, attack speed is standard because you have
Okay.
phase boots on.
Yeah,
Juggernaut
that
easily.
sounds like the standard one.
Yeah, 1 second's Blade Fury though. It's actually quite
Have
underestimated.
you noticed they have no one to cancel Blade Fury TP?
Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good point.
I mean, they first picked the Juggernaut. Buriza Youth had all the time to draft against this. They've got to burst him down. I mean, he's going to be split pushing.
Yeah, quite.
To his
heavily.
heart's content here. Like, Buriza Youth can't do anything. The best hope is Dragon Knight gets a blink into Dragon Tail, and then follow-up control might be the only way of bringing him down if he is flip pushing.
Yep.
But yeah, otherwise it's going to be pretty hard. We have resumed, and yeah, I'm quite excited to see how the lanes pan out. I mean, more and more, I think my predictions just being enforced rather strongly here. And I do agree with you. You want to go against the draft. Possibly Buriza Youth can outskill their opponents here and outplay them. But just as far as the draft is concerned, once again, I'm leaning towards Alpha. I don't know if the Alpha Gaming or the Alpha Esports. They don't even have a team logo. But
Okay.
I'm leaning towards them.
I see, supporting the underdogs, as they like to call it. And I agree, underdog stories are always some of the best. If you consider Alpha is supposed to be the underdog. But bottom lane, Gyrocopter, it's gonna be shackled up. First one is already gone, but they can still get the kill. And with the soul rip dealing a bunch of damage to the guy, he's gonna end up falling. Thorn doesn't have a TP, he's surrounded by 3 heroes, does have the boots of speed, but he's not gonna be able to make it out as they surround him and bring him down. Ask Bankai with a double kick.
I think if there's one part of this game which I can say I reasonably understand, it's the draft. I said this in the draft. Witch Doctor, until he's 6, until he starts grouping up with his team, what does he do? I mean, sure, Cask is a great spell, but once it's on cooldown, you're very, very weak as far as the lanes are concerned.
I agree.
So the thing about Witch Doctor, like Disruptor or even Shaman to some extent, is that you need to be the one on the offensive. Like if it's Witch Doctor trying to shut down a Tide Hunter, sure, Cask and Maledict, that's great when you got Coach to back you up. But if it isn't such a very situational lane, doesn't do too much really.
I agree. I think Buriza Youth, they recognize that. They do know that they don't have a very strong try.
This could okay, so it actually TP'd bottom.
Yeah,
but
Misery Signals, Tide Hunter. Blade Fury still on cooldown though, so they're not going to be able to find a kill on him.
Can we take a look at TPs on the Shaman and the Undying?
Okay. Shaman, he doesn't have a TP, and Undying, he doesn't either.
Okay, but the TPs aren't on
TPs were
cooldown.
expended by Itachi. Yep, he did TP to the bottom lane, but I expect he's going to be getting it back mid lane. Tiltman. He's somehow not doing as well as I thought he would.
Yeah.
Dragon Knight has started to be the better player, and he's
Enchantress.
Top
Enchantress.
lane, Enchantress, she's dropping pretty low. Maledict upon her. The Untouchable though, it's coming into play, but with the Rocket Barrage, they might be able to find the kill. Last Maledict tick, but with the Nature's Attendant, she's gonna stay alive, and Pinoy Hunter walks away unscathed. Bounty waiting for him as well.
This kind of sucks. I mean, you're the Gyrocopter, you end up falling. You weren't just supposed to set you up for another kill.
And you're out of mana now, so you're not gonna be able to kill the guy.
There's one more Rocket Barrage, but they need Cask Maledict if they want to go again. And Peter Hunter, I mean, it's going to take a mistake on his part.
Yeah, he doesn't have the Nature's Attendance for the next few seconds, and it might just end up costing him his life. Witch Doctor 2 is coming around. Pinoy Hunter.
He's
charging
dead.
him.
Should be dead.
Yeah, he might just end up falling here. Gyrocopter trying to make his way, but he's gonna pop the Nature's Attendant, start to run away. But with the Rocket Barrage and the Maledict, should be able to find the kill, and they do indeed. Pinoy Hunter now overstepping his welcome and is gonna end up paying for it with his life.
It's an unusual skill build as well coming out from Pinoy Hunter on the Enchantress. Went 2 points in the Untouchable, which was nerfed in the most recent patch. I think you want that extra creep with you.
Yep, mid lane though, Dragon Knight is dropping pretty low, but has a salve to bring him back up to HP. Bottom lane, Misery Signals may not be so lucky. Level 2 Blade Fury and Ask Bankai with the Shackles might just end up dropping here. Undying is there as well, and now the Blade Fury.
Bankai!
Wait, Misery Signals, he's running away. He's faster than the Juggernaut, and wait, what? Okay,
I think there was a
Nick. He's confused about some things. Misery signals. He's just walking away from the Undying and Shadow Shaman. But Undying now has his eyes onto him, has the DK, can drop the Tombstone if needed. Soul Rip, not a lot of units around, so it's not going to deal a bunch of damage. But with the DK, you should be able to find the kill. He's holding on to the Tombstone. Really does not want to spend it over here.
Nah.
Try
the Tombstone won't
the
do
next
much.
5 seconds.
He's gonna chase.
He's going to chase it. Does up to 1 charges. Itachi. Is he going to find the kill? He's walking straight ahead, but he cuts to the left, and with that, he's going to end up surviving. And Itachi, he's not going to find anything.
It's a small win actually if he takes the siege creep away.
Nah, the siege creep is going to make its way back to the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a support,
yeah,
on the side of Alpha, I'd be pissed off. I mean, you got the shackles, you got the DK, and Juggernaut wasn't effective with his usage of the blade feeling.
Nah, I agree.
Tide manages to escape. He's going to be thanking his stars for that one. What's rather interesting is that there was a casual, good game, well played in all chat.
Mid lane.
I don't think this goes anywhere.
Top lane looks like Enchantress ended up falling. Once again, falling prey to the Rubik and the Witch Doctor, but mid lane. Maybe some blows traded between Banshee and Tiltman. Tide Hunter too, no supposed to bother him really, so he's just going to be free farming away. Picked up the early hood to sort of deal with all the magical damage. Nice little adjustment there by Misery Signals. In the river though, double damage rune is going to be picked up by the Witch Doctor, I believe. Doodle's chasing him down. Oh, Dragon Form popped. Mid lane, Tiltman still doesn't have a 6. He's not going to find it either. And Banshee's just going to try to chip away at the tower with his first Dragon Form. Okay, congrats, Courier. You have to be careful about that though.
Tide is dropping low as well.
Bottom lane, Tide. Yeah, he's dropping pretty low, but does have 1 charges, so he should be fine. Ask Bankai. Looks like he created a lot of hits over there. Top lane, though. That's where the action's at. 3 heroes there sitting behind for Alpha Esports. And for Buriza Youth as well.
Got the supports lurking nearby as well. Gonna toggle over to individual net worth, and it's somewhat clear that the Dragon Knight has won mid hard. I'm not sure how this has happened.
Just as you say that though, mid lane, Kunkai, he's trying to get aggressive onto the DK, but DK is just gonna eat the ghost ship and duck tail and run. Bottom lane, Bankai is gonna find the kill without the Omni Slash. So while all that action was happening mid, Bankai picked up a kill on the Tide. Looks like Tide got a bit overzealous.
Looks like we have action up top as well.
Doodle, he's gonna end up dropping. Awakening is dropping pretty low as well, but has another Rocket Barrage and the call down. Drops it. Rocket Barrage, Itachi's might end up falling here. Has another DK to keep him alive. Hits around 3 heroes, makes it out alive.
Okay, can we take a look at Pina Hunter's skill build?
Yep. He's adjusted. He's gone for the 2nd point.
No, but he hasn't got a single point in Enchant. Now, Enchant got nerfed as well. The duration for which your creep stays enchanted at level 1 has been nerfed.
Yeah.
But I still don't agree with the skill build fully. I think the presence of another creep would do really well for this Enchantress. Would really help run down the supports. Just 1 point in the enchant. That's all you need.
Bottom lane though. Ask Bankai. Ravage is going to get popped. He might just end up falling. Tries to get the Omni Slash off. He's going to be successful. But bounces to the creep. And now the Maledict bringing in, doing some work. Does not have mana for healing ward. Ask Bankai should end up dropping. And with the Maledict, he's going to get ticked down. Misery Signals tried to pick up the kill with the Anchor Smash, but wasn't quite successful in doing so. Mid lane.
So I think most of the net worth advantage for Buriza Youth is coming from the mid lane.
Yeah, it is vested in the Dragon Knight at the moment.
Yeah, Tiltman, he's really struggling in his lane.
Yeah, but he has a Tidebringer, so he should be able to farm to some extent. Banshee, once again, is going to pop the Dragon form and start pounding away at the tower.
Yeah.
You want to do that every single time you have Altia's Dragon Knight. Just chip away at the tower, bring it down as low as you can. Sitting on 1k HP. And now he's going to start pulling the Kunkka away, so not much to look at here. He shouldn't be dying unless he overstays his welcome. Pinoy Hunter though, I like this modification that he's made. He knows that he's dying to Maledict. He knows that he's taking a lot of burst damage. So the burst healing with the Enchantress could offset.
Jug dropping low, Juggernaut.
Juggernaut once again, bottom lane. What's happening here? Ask Bankai might be in some trouble. Maledict is dead, but he's going to be able to spin and dodge the last tick of damage. It's going to be okay. Makes it away. Mid lane though, Kunkka. He's trying to go on the Dragon Knight, but he's pretty damn tanky. It has a bunch of wand charges as well. Tries to cleave up the creeps with the Tidebringer, but it's only tickling Banshee at this point.
Yeah,
damn tanky Dragon Knight. It's not easy to bring down. Ask Bankai. He's gonna shine up and he's gonna be okay. Second attempt on his life was successful, but top Pinoy Hunter might just end up falling here. Called out is there from Awakening if he wants to expend it, but he's not gonna do so and find the kill with the Rocket Barrage.
Yeah, I mean, the untouchable nerf is quite significant.
Indeed.
You can hit away at the Enchantress. I mean, earlier heroes that had or heroes that depended purely on right clicks to chip in the damage department struggled heavily versus the Enchantress. Now it's a lot better.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pinoy Hunter, he's picked up his phase boots. Quick comparison of net worth between both offlaners, and it seems as if Tide is coming out on top.
Yep.
Alpha, they've not played the lanes as I expected. This aggressive tri lane not really accomplishing as much as it would like to. I'm going to point to the Enchantress skill build.
He's getting his Omni Slash back up in a while and he might just end up finding Misery Signals here. He can pop it if he wants. There's only 1 HP, but now he should end up dying and he will. Herd of Defiance doesn't save you against physical damage. Top lane, Enchantress once again is going to end up falling. The Gyrocopter finds the kill with the Rocket Barrage and Enchantress not having a fun time top. Trying to find that level 6 but unsuccessful in doing so. Seems like every single time Enchantress goes up she dies with Juggernaut. He's dropping pretty low. I was thinking that there's a gank onto his life, but it's like that isn't the case. Mid lane though, Banshee might finally end up falling here with the Undying. Ghost Ship is gonna come in, but the Torrent follow-up isn't there. It's on cooldown for now, but now the Witch Doctor with the Death Ward, letting it go. Tiltman has the Ghost buff from though, also a Fairy Fire, so he should not end up falling here, but wait,
Probably
he might just end up falling
He has to pop
over
the
here.
Fairy Fire.
Oh no, he didn't pop the Fairy Fire. He's gonna
I don't think it would have been enough, but he had to try. I don't know. I mean, if you don't use a Fairy Fire at
you
this
need to use
point,
it early so you don't lose a lot
yeah,
of
he
HP.
had to use it earlier.
Doodle, Banshee, looks like he's spotted out Doodle and they're trying to attempt onto his life. Witch Doctor follows up with the stun, but it's gonna be stacked, so they don't really find a chain stun, but they bring him down nevertheless. Ask Bankai though, he wants in on the action. Smoke pop by Hitachi somehow. Juggernaut with the Blade Fury, he's doing a bunch of damage to it, Banshee, but might end up falling if he's not careful. Eats the Maledict and the Breed Fire. He's gonna have to pop his Healing Ward.
I think
Nick? Wait, he might just end up falling here. The Healing Ward may not matter, and he is gonna die.
Yeah, Nick on the Rubik, just chilling on the sidelines with that Fate Bolt. Make sure that the Maledict does enough.
Kunkao once again. He's trying to go in, but he's not gonna be successful in doing so. Team Buriza Youth, they're gonna pick up the kill on the tower.
Yeah, Enchantress dropping low as well.
Yeah, Enchantress as well. She's dropping low. Awakening, he has no mercy at all. And with the flat cannon, he's trying to bring him down. Is he gonna be successful? Doesn't look like it, but somewhere on the map, Rubik ended up falling. I guess that's the Kunka and Doodle. Bringing him down with the Ghost Ship.
Yeah, but this is space for Tide. Tide didn't even participate in that engagement. Has the Ravage.
Yep.
I mean, if this was ICSIS, he'd have a Helm of the Dominator by now and he'd be knocking it to tier 2s. But
indeed, and what do you think about this? Midas queued up by Pawn on his Witch Doctor.
I don't know what to make of this. I think that's unnecessary. I don't know. I mean, sure, you get EXP, you get that GPM talent, but I don't know if that's enough.
Okay. Well, I mean, it does give you a lot of gold, and you can sort of compensate for it once you have the GPM talent, right? So, Midas eventually will end up paying off if you last long enough and don't die in team fights. Top lane though, Pinoy Hunter has unlocked his level 6, and yeah, he's gonna be making Awakening's life a lot difficult now. Awakening though does have a salve and a Morbid Mask, so he should be relatively healthy.
Yep. I mean, Awakening, he had a rough start, but he's kind of caught up to the Juggernaut. I said Alpha had the better draft. They should have had the better lanes, but clearly it's Buriza Youth who come out on top. A 6,000 net worth advantage. And Alpha Esports are going to be cautious as to how they approach this. Ask Bankai, he's committed heavily into the mid game, gone for that early Yasha. Just trying to group up and push for this tier 1 tower, but Misery Signals. Look at this.
He might be in some trouble. Ravage is gonna get popped. The Witch Doctor as well with the cast bouncing around the chains on the Juggernaut. He can't get the spin off and he's gonna end up falling. Shaman shackles the Dragonite but thinks otherwise and is gonna start backing off. The gush onto him. He's slowed up for now. They're trying to find the kill, but Itachi is pretty damn tanky. Now the Ghost Ship, Kunka, he's over here, but Dragonite is too damn tanky and the Ghost Ship is gonna get returned by Nick. He's gonna start up Tiltman. Tiltman might just end up dropping here. Maledict upon him. He should end up dying. Tekashi as well, stolen up a lot of strength. He's trying to TP out Dragon Knight, but he's gonna be able to find the kill with the right clicks. And oh boy, Alpha Esports. They get manhandled by Team Buriza Youth there.
Absolutely. I think the biggest mistake is that of the Juggernaut. I mean, you either take the fight or you don't. In either scenario, you got a Blade Fury and run in. Yes.
Oh, Buriza Youth, I mean, they're all over the map at this point. Ask Bankai, he's trying to find a kill on the Gyrocopter, but he's pretty damn tanky.
Okay.
Omni slash forward, Blade Fury to follow up. The Gyrocopter is gonna end up surviving.
Nice, got the face boots, he's got the face boots.
Yeah, he's gonna find the kill. Ask Bankai, finally. He's gonna pick something up in return, so not everything goes in vain for the side of Alpha Esports. But he's still miles away from the battlefield, though.
Yeah, so at bottom, once again, ask Bankai, if he wanted to run away from that fight, he had to just Blade Fury TP.
Yep.
He saw the Tide TP in, walk in, pump fake the Ravage. I'm pretty certain everybody knew that Ravage was available. All he had to do was Blade Fury TP, and even if he wanted to fight, he had to get it started with the Blade Fury as well. Yep. But he just stood there, thought he could force out the Ravage and dodge it. But Tide did the smarter thing. Tide just stuck so close to him that he wouldn't even have the time to respond or react to that.
I mean, that's a Dunning-Kruger effect if I've ever seen it in live action.
Look at this, Tiltman trying to find a kill. How many points?
Here? Spin onto the Witch Doctor. Juggernaut, he's Maledict up, does have the healing ward. Gyrocopter is in as well on the backline, trying to focus him down. Drops the healing ward, but with the Maledict might end up falling in. Dragon Knight as well, cleans up the kill on the Kunkka. Now, they're focusing on the Undying, he's gonna end up dropping as well. Awakening walks forward, Banshee as well. He's gone to Pinoy Hunter on the backlines. Doodle is gonna fall to the Rubik. Pinoy Hunter, he's not in range for the stun, he's trying to find it. Has a blink dagger in another 4 seconds, but won't commit.
Yep.
He's gonna be happy with what he has and just take down the Steel on tower top.
Big win for Buriza Youth.
Big win indeed. Buriza Youth. Like we said,
they want to fight without Ravage.
Yep, they have Ravage.
They don't have. Yeah, now they have Ravage. They've still got the Elder Dragon form. Not a single hero has fallen, and they can get a tier 2 tower.
Omni Slash as well, not up for Juggernaut who ended up dying. And
Alpha Esports have got to be careful. They've got to pick and choose their fights more carefully and get their fight started on better terms. I'm getting this feeling that the Kunkka is just dropping off too much.
Yeah, the Kunkka has not had the impact that he should have.
Yeah. Jeez, this is...
Yeah, this is not good.
This is 4 position Kunkka farm.
Yeah.
It's not that. I mean, so the thing about... I don't know. I don't play core Kunkka enough, but I'm sure anybody who plays any core would probably have some sort of farming pattern and timing imbibed in them. Like if you're the Juggernaut, you know that you should be looking at getting your Balfury along with your phase and your wand by say the 14-minute mark. Okay. The thing is, I don't think people have played core Kunkka enough. It's something like core tiny, right? It is effective, it can scale, but you got to hit those timings. If you don't hit those timings, you're pretty much useless. You just a bunch of spells. The spells aren't nice, but you want those items as well to get the real meat of the hero. And you did see LGD do it. Did you catch that game at DAC?
Yeah, I think I did.
2 Daedalus,
maybe, yeah, Daedalus, Gyrocopter,
Shadowblade.
Yeah.
You need those kind of items.
Hold that thought though, Banshee might be in some trouble. Does have the double damage
Banshee
control if he wants
give a
to.
damn.
Witch Doctor and Rubika here. Death Ward is dropped. Both hits onto Banshee, but he tanks it through. Maledict up on the Undying. He's gonna end up falling as well. Torrent onto himself. Kunkka's trying to save his life. Missing signals, drops the Ravage, catches 2. Juggernaut Omni Slash through that, and with the Breathe Fire, he's gonna pick up the kill. And now Juggernaut, he's gonna be into trouble. Can't really bring down any hero, and he's gonna end up falling as well.
Yeah.
Buriza Youth, they respond to 3 heroes with 4 heroes of their own, and now Awakening has joined the fray as well.
So I think 2 or 3 fights ago, Alpha Esports should have recognized the fact that they had a disadvantage. They can't take complete head-on fights.
Yep.
And when you can't take complete head-on fights, you got to be smart. You got to split the map. You're supposed to get pickoffs, and they aren't doing that. They're continuing to take fights. They're continuing to throw away more gold, more items to Buriza Youth. And look at this, 18 minutes in, a Gyrocopter and a Dragon Knight are marching like
might be in some trouble. Maledict upon him, and just with the flag cannon, he's gonna end up
that was just casual.
Banshee jumps in onto the Enchantress, finds a kill, and oh boy. Alpha Esports have to be feeling it. And GG, that's it.
They tapped out.
The game's over, they tap out.
They tapped out. Alpha Esports are going to be a little disappointed about this one.
Yeah.
I mean,
I called it, man. I said, like, I like the draft on the side of Alpha Esports, but just for the heck of it, I'm gonna oppose it. Anyway, folks, that's it for today. That's all for as far as this broadcast is concerned. You can find us on Facebook, on our social media. Vivek, why don't you let them know our social media?
Yes, so we're at facebook.com/we